What's going on, my trainer club? I wanted to come at you with a check-in for the Halloween event to make sure you're fully maximizing everything that's going on. Make sure you're hunting on the shinies, you know exactly what the research tasks are, and you're taking full advantage of all of the boosts in Pokemon Go. So welcome to the trainer club. Here we go. Welcome back, everybody. Let me know in the comments below, how are you doing on the Halloween event? Remember, we have all the way until November 1st at 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern time, or whatever time it started for you guys. So we want to make sure that we maximize completely out on this Halloween event. That's why I figured having a check-in to make sure that you have all the research tasks, that you're hunting down the shinies, you're finding the rares, you're focusing on playing in the best weather, and also you are transferring Pokemon to take advantage fully of the double candy that's going on right now. So we're going to discuss all that, including what my suggestion is for Darkrai, since it cannot be traded as of right now, and what going forward is your best interest for this Pokemon. So let's get into it right now. Starting off, let's check out the research tasks to make sure you guys know exactly what you're getting in them, which ones you want to target, and then what the 100% IVs are for them, because there is a couple good ones in there that you can get good quality IVs for. Starting off, we have catch 5 Shuppets or Ghastly for the chance to get a Sneasel with a shiny potential. 100% IV is going to be $8.79. Then we have catch 10 Ghost type Pokemon, which can give you a 1,000 Stardust bonus, so that's definitely always lucrative to play with. And we have Evolve 3 Drifloon or Stunky, which I don't think that you really need too much excessive candy. Yes, you can utilize Drifblim and Skunk Tank for PvP, but besides that, I don't think you're going to need an extra large amount of candy to max these guys, because they're not top attackers in raids. So you can do this and you'll get 1 rare candy. So what I would suggest for this task is to stock up as many as you can, and then you go ahead and evolve all 3 so you can get 3 rare candies, because the tasks for this are pretty prevalent, especially if you're looking for that rare candy. And then we have make 3 excellent throws in a row for a Golett with 100% IV at 509. I really like this Golett because it's a unique combination of the ground and the ghost. And then we have defeat a team Go Rocket Grunt for a Yamask, shiny potential with 100% IV at 420. And then the last one, which is super easy, you can spam it, is take 5 snapshots of ghost Pokemon, spam, 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 all on the same one, and you'll be able to get a Sableye with 100% IV of 632, which also has the gold amazing shiny potential. So next, I just want to cover 2 weather conditions that's going to help you find boosted Pokemon in this event, in specific some of the rare ones. So all of the Pokemon that are boosted during this event are going to include Murkrow, Ghastly, Drifloon, Yamask. Then we also have the Houndour, Haunter, Litwick, and Golett. So which Pokemon do we focus on? I highly suggest that you focus on the Litwick and the Golett. I didn't know that we were going to get these boosts when I made my top tips video. That's why I think that this video is really going to help you guys out, because the Litwick and the Golett can both be boosted in 2 weather conditions. Number 1, which is fog. I don't know how many people get fog on a daily basis, but sunny, which includes clear weather at night, which means that you can catch a Litwick or a Golett all the way up until level 35. And since the Litwick is a pretty good Pokemon when it goes into Chandelure, which we're gonna check out tomorrow, best of the best, Litwick, Chandelure, what are we gonna do with it and where does it sit right now currently? But you can get it to level 35, and then you can always lucky trade it with a friend that is lucky, right? So that's a good place to be. And I'm gonna put this asterisk here right now, as I see the Goletts a little bit more during the daytime, but the Litwicks especially, clear weather at night, which is basically the moon and the stars icon in the top right corner for weather boost. So I was hunting during sunny weather during the day, and I only found 1 or 2 Litwicks. The other day I was hunting in the nighttime during the game with the clear weather, and I found about 6 to 7 Litwicks, all weather boosted, obviously. So I was able to pine up them and get candy. So I really find it lucrative that once it gets a little dark in a pretty densely spawned area, when it's clear weather, is a great time to hunt down these Litwicks and use them as potential lucky trade bait. So now let's check out the new Shadow Pokemon and the tasks, because remember, when you get these Pokemon, like some people out there are like, I really want a good Larvitar, or I want a Larvitar. A great thing to do is find Larvitar for the Team Rocket, because Team Rocket is pretty prevalent out there. And yesterday I found 2 of the Team Rocket Larvitars right next to each other. So you can definitely do it, and then you can pine at them and get the double candy to stack up on Larvitar candy. So let's check them out right now. So here's the full graphic for all the Shadow Pokemon that can be acquired from the Go Rocket stops. So if you want to find any Grimers, you can do it with Coiled and Ready to Strike, but primarily that's going to be Zubats. That's usually what I see for that one. If you're looking to get a Scyther, you can go my Super Bug Pokemon. That's going to be a potential to have a Scyther. if you want to see you'll be defeated into the ground, you can get either a Larvitar, a Cubone, or a Trapinch, which is a pretty good task. The one that you really want to look out for is Let's Rock and Roll is always and only going to be a Larvitar. If you're looking for the Ghost Shadow Pokemon, Ki is going to be either a Sableye, a Shuppet, or a Duskull. If you're looking to either get an Electabuzz or a Mareep, you can get Ready to be Shocked. If you're looking for Psychic Pokemon, and you check out the Are You Scared of Psychics that use Unseen Power, which can get you an Abra, a Drowsy, a Hypno, or also a Ralts. Don't Tangle With Us is going to be Bulbasaur, Turtwig, or you can get some of the new grass Pokemon. Do you know how hot Fire Pokemon Breath can get you the new Magmar? And the buff physique isn't just for show, it's going to be a Hitmonchan. And then here is a catch-all. There's 2 of them. Don't bother, I've already won. Get ready to be defeated. Winning is for winners can be one of the starters. It can also be a Lapras or a Snorlax. So what you want to focus on is which one you want. Look out for those rocket stops. You don't have to do them all, but I always suggest doing the rocket stops just because it's going to slowly progress you towards your medal, right? Like, it's not going to be a game changer, but it does really help out. And then there's going to be 2 more different things that we want to cover. We want to, number 1, see what do we do with the Darkrai, right? Because Darkrai, unfortunately, and I thought that it would be traded, but it cannot be traded. So I apologize for mentioning that I thought it could be traded, but it cannot. So what do we do with the Darkrai? Number 1, you want to try to get as many good ones as you possibly can, because Darkrai is the best dark attacker in the game, and it gets Shadow Ball, which is a really good moveset. If you want to check out the best of the best for the Darkrai, definitely check it out up here. So as of right now, we have not seen Pokemon Go add in any mythical Pokemon trading potentials, right? We have seen Melton, which is plentiful, which is why I thought for sure we would be getting a Darkrai to be able to be traded, but it has not happened. We have not been able to trade any of the Deoxys, which were in normal raids for a little bit, and we have not also been able to trade the Darkrai. So in the potential future, we may be able to, but Darkrai will come back at some point because it does have a shiny. So what do I suggest doing? I suggest trying to get a couple to be able to power up potentially. I suggest probably saving maybe 9 to 12, because if you're going to trade this guy, let's say you had 6 additional ones, you could always lucky trade it so you're guaranteed to get a good one. Right now, I would suggest transferring the other ones during the Halloween event because we can get double candy for the transfer. So that's what I would suggest doing with the Darkrai. Transfer the ones that you don't need if you have plentiful. Have 3 to 4 good ones, I would say, that you would potentially power up. Have 6 to 9 that you would save for potential lucky trades if it's ever able to be traded, and then transfer the rest of them. That's what I'm gonna do personally, which then leads us into transferring Pokemon. What do we do right now? I wanna make sure you guys are taking full advantage of this double candy on the transfer. So number 1, like I always say, trade over 100 kilometers to get 3 candy if possible if it's a rare Pokemon, right? Like Oshawotts and Tepix and Snivy, since they're brand new, good Pokemon to try to trade for distance. And then if you get a lucky, amazing. If not, transfer it for 2 extra candy, which is 5 total candy from that trade interaction. So the number 1 thing I would suggest doing is making sure to type in traded to your search bar and go through and clean up any traded Pokemon that you have that you don't need, that you're not gonna power up, because you can't trade it again. So technically it's taking up bag space. You wanna get it out. Number 2, I would suggest watching my what do I save and what do I transfer video, because it's gonna be up here. You wanna start cleaning out your bag, and since it's double candy, it is a great time to do it, which then leads us into the legendary Pokemon. What do I keep and what do I transfer? Always suggest keeping some of the legendary Pokemon. Number 1, that you wanna power up. Number 2, that you can potentially trade. And number 3, if it's got a legacy moveset like the Zapdos, Articuno, or the Moltres, I don't know if I would transfer them. What I would transfer is if you have excess, like regular Mewtwo's from way back in the day that you can still TM their movesets, since we have the Shadow Ball in the EX raids and we did the Psy Strike, you can transfer some of those guys. I would also suggest maybe checking out some of your Reggies, because we're going to be getting new Reggies soon. If you're planning on participating in the Colossal event, which you can then get new ones to replace the old ones. I don't think that any of those guys are going to have legacy movesets, but I always suggest keeping at least one you're going to power up and a couple to trade potentially if there ever becomes a legacy moveset. And then we can look at the Raikou, the Entei, the Suicune, the Lugia, and the Ho-Oh. Definitely check out some of those guys. If you have an overabundance of any of those legendaries, you may want to consider transferring them. And then we have Kyogre, Groudon, and Rayquaza, and I did quite a bit of Rayquaza, so I'm definitely going to be starting to transfer some of my Rayquazas out, because I have way too many of them. And then we have Dialga, Palkia, Heatran, Giratina Origin Form, Giratina Altered Form. We have Cresselia, and then now we have Darkrai. So these Pokemon are also all legendary Pokemon. Cresselia is a pretty valuable PvP type trade, so you may not want to transfer too many of those guys. But the Giratina Altered Form, not really a high demand Pokemon, so that would definitely be one that I would consider transferring away right now, unless you're trading it for over 100 kilometers for 3 candies per day. Dialga, Palkia, and Heatran, we've only seen them come out once, so they're semi-rare right now. So I wouldn't suggest transferring them out as of yet. I would hold on to those guys. Dialga and Palkia are beast Pokemon. Heatran is decent, not the most amazing, but still a pretty good attacker. Is definitely something good to utilize when you are playing with the PvP for the Go Rocket Grunts, right? It's a good Pokemon to use for that. And then just go through and clean up, maybe go by number and search through your Pokemon, scroll down, see any excess ones. You want to keep your inventory semi-low. Don't have your inventory bulked up with things that you don't need or you're not collecting. There's no reason for it, and it can happen pretty fast, especially when we have 2,500 bag space storage. You could always trade them away, but if it's Pokemon that aren't really tradable, or you don't need more candy for, or you don't really care about a lucky, then go ahead and start transferring out and get your bag inventory down, because we have Community Day for Chimchar coming up. Then we're gonna have Community Days in December that we're gonna need a lot of bag space for, because we have 2 days that we're gonna play. So you wanna start getting your bag space down, and double candy transfers is the best time to do it. And the last thing I just wanna point out for you guys is that the only way to obtain these starters with the costumes, if you guys don't already know, which all have shiny potentials, are going to be from raids. So if you're looking for the Bulbasaur, it's going to be a 637 100% IV or weather boosted. In the sun or the clouds, it's going to be 796. If you're looking for the Charmander, it's going to be weather boosted in the sun. The regular is going to be 560. The weather boost is going to be 700. And then the Squirtle is going to be weather boosted in the rain. For a normal 100% IV, it's going to be 540, or for a rainy level 25, it's going to be 675. So the only thing I suggest here, you guys can go gung-ho, but just remember, like, Darkrai's out as well, so don't get, like, you know, overly abundant in these starters. I know that they're costumes and they're cute and they're shiny, right? And they're going to be super rare, definitely. However, you cannot evolve them, number one, and number two, they're going to be, you know, basically pay to get the shiny, right? Because they're in the raids only, they're not in the wild. And I got confused about that, so I just want to make that clear to everybody if anybody is having trouble or confused about that. So I would say at least get one of each with the costume. If you want to go gung-ho and try for the shiny, it's a cool thing that you could definitely do, but it's not going to be able to evolve or be utilized, other than the fact that it's going to be a rare. Definitely something that's going to be tradable to other people, especially if you get a couple of them. So that's going to do it, guys. Make sure to stack up on the research tasks. Make sure to hunt down those rare Pokemon, especially in the sunny, clear weather at night, which is considered clear weather, not sunny. Or if it's foggy weather, you can get them. But nighttime, the ghosts really come out. Focus on the research tasks. Focus on the Darkrai's. Transfer them and keep them, some of them, and keep going from there. And do the Team Rocket grunt tasks so that you can get the Pokemon that you need, especially if you're looking for Larvitars, good quality ones, or candy. Keep pineapping and stay out there focusing on the Darkrai's. We have the raid hours coming up this week, so focus on getting as many Darkrai as you possibly can. So I want to thank you guys for tuning in, all my likers, commenters, subscribers, and Patreon members for taking their subscriptions to the next level. I'm going to see you guys out on the next video. Peace! I just want to take a moment and sincerely thank all of my Patreon members, everybody that has taken their subscription to the next level and chosen to support me on this platform. I greatly appreciate you guys. As a growing channel and really trying to grow and improve as much as I possibly can, I really appreciate the extra support. You guys mean the absolute world to me. I cannot wait to connect with you soon, and I appreciate you guys all for being a part of the Trainer Club. I will see you guys out on the next video.